Hey, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're listening to this fabulous training around the world. This again is Dee Bowden with BCS Solutions. How are you guys? It's been a while since we've talked. I hope you guys are really enjoying the training on how to secure your cash flow and learning about cash flow management training. I trust you guys are having a great summer. And before I get further into the talk, let's do this. Please get your pen, paper, pencil, phone, notebook, and do me a favor, please share this out. I hope you are definitely gaining knowledge on how to manage your cash flow as a current business owner or as an inspiring business owner. Make sure you're taking good notes. Again, phone, pen, paper, notepad, favorite beverage. My gosh, how could I forget the most important part? I'm just kidding. Seriously, don't forget your beverage. But also, listen, do me a favor, also, please, and share this out with your friends. Don't be selfish. You're getting good information. Be kind and share. All right, today's session is called Write It Down. Course overview. In writing it down, I want you to do a couple of things. Increase your success, number one. Number two, remind yourself of the purpose of why you're actually trying to collect your money. Y'all know this whole thing is about how to secure your cash flow, managing your accounts receivable, getting comfortable with calling and asking for your money that's owed because you provided an excellent product or service in good faith in the terms of the contract and you're supposed to get paid for what you did. Now, obviously, there's a problem. That's a different teaching, but we're talking about the general process of you've been awarded a contract, you provide a product or service, and you're getting paid, and there's been a disconnect, there's been a problem, and you need to know what to do. So again, this session is called Write It Down. So increase your success, remind yourself of the purpose, start a journey of problem solving. What, D? Are you serious? Y'all know how I do it. I always have something different every time we get started. But listen, the whole purpose of this is to change how you see collections because collections is an extension of customer service. So you've got to look at this as, okay, what's the problem? My slogan says, we fix your financial disconnect. So what's the issue? How come I'm not getting paid? You got to see it like a puzzle, and then you got to get to work basically to untangle the puzzle so you can actually get paid. Do me a favor, put the odds in your favor. What? Seriously, think about it. Think about having a scale, and you got to see your collections on one end and your money. I don't know if y'all can see my hand on the other. You might may not be able to see my hand, but anyway, here we go. If I could put it over here, you can see my hand. Anyway, basically, put the odds in your favor. So let me do it this way: like a scale on one hand, and then your money on the other hand. That was the attempt of trying to balance it out. Basically, you need to balance it out. You need to put the odds in your favor. You need to write it down. Writing helps you. You need to clarify your goals, your priorities, and your intentions. You need to process thoughts at a deeper level. Like it's kind of the what I call the why behind the what. And that means you got to think a little bit more about this and then figure out, okay, what happened? How do I fix this? And so this doesn't happen to me again. And then you want to move forward daily and have focused attention. Really, D. Yeah. See, remember from a little while ago, I said when you have a goal and you write it down, it gives you a place to focus your energy. Well, this episode, this teaching is about writing it down. We're looking at okay, putting the odds in your favor to get your money. You've got to know how much money you're owed. You got to have a list of your accounts, the list of your invoices, the money that's due, who you're supposed to call. And if you have it written down, then you'll feel better about okay, I need to focus on these accounts. I want to work to get this money back in a short amount of time so my company can actually stay in business and not end up like now a new company called Charming Charlie's, which I just saw recently. They're going out of business. We've already had Payless Shoes and Dress Barn. Three major companies are have already had, cash flow issues because some of the things that I'm talking about weren't done early on, and unfortunately, it's unfortunate that three major companies are closing their doors. The employees are now being out of work. The reason I'm doing this whole conversation about how secure your cash flow is so you don't end up like a Payless, a Dress Barn, a Charming Charlie. I don't want to see you lose your money. I want to see you recover as much money as you can for the services and products that you provide. The things I've been teaching all along are for you to do that and to basically set yourself up for success and not for failure. Okay? So again, writing helps you clarify your goals, clarify your priorities, clarify your intentions. Process thoughts at a deeper level. Take some time to think, like what happened, and then get a plan in place so you can work on getting your money. Excuse me. And then move forward daily, and then focus your attention. Picture it. Really, D? Yep. Really. Yeah. Create a picture in your mind. You see yourself collecting this money. See yourself a victor and not a victim of whoever owes you money. Come on, D. I know, right? Listen, it's my teaching. It's what I see. It's what I believe. And it's what I know for a fact works. I think I talked in a couple sessions before about having a vision board. Writing down how much money is owed to you. Who owes it to you? When is it due? You got to see yourself as a victor and not a victim. You got to see yourself creating a picture of your mind of winning this money back because first of all, you provided the service or product in good faith and you're due the money. Unless there's something that really went to the left or right, and I'm not really talking about that. I'm just talking about the basics of business. Meaning, you had a sale, you have a contract, you received an invoice, which is called accounts payable, and the receivables is that they owe you the money. I'm sorry, you owe them the money, whichever way it goes. It's that. So basically, it's sales, contracts, accounts payable, accounts payable. You got to see yourself as winning. I see myself when I go to have to collect money. I see myself winning. I've been at this for nearly 20 years. Have I lost some accounts? Sure. Have I not been successful? Yeah. And when I figured out what didn't work, I went on the offense to change it. And so I figured out, I need to write it down. I need to see a picture. Now, some of y'all who are sports fans, y'all might see your favorite team. Yes, they won. Well, this is your favorite. Yes, I'm getting my money. You got to picture it. You got to come up with a clear picture in your mind and see it, write it down, and then declare, I will collect this money. Again, these are my strategies. Y'all don't have to do this. I'm just telling you with what I've done successfully. Using these teachings, I've collected $6 million in 60 days working part-time for an IT firm that unfortunately is out of business now, but at the time, they gave me $8 million to collect. I got $6 million in 60 days by having a picture, writing it down, seeing myself as a victor and not a victim, and then going after it and changing the odds to be in my favor so that I won. All right, next. Make a plan of action. I just kind of went over that, but you got to have a plan of action. The plan of action is basically setting a goal. What are you going to get done in the first week, first month, first quarter, first year? You got to have goals. Everything about this is goal oriented to get yourself going in the right direction to be a winner. That's what we're looking toward. Think big. Think big. Come on, D. Really? Yes. Think big. I just shared. I used to work for a company that had $8 million worth of sales on the books, not in the bank, which means they had already had the sales transactions, they had the contracts in place, all the bills, all the invoices had been sent to the companies, but the company hadn't paid them. And when they gave me the $8 million, I said, look, D, we need you to do this. I was like, all right, cool. First thing I did, well, I talked to God. I'm a believer in God, so I don't do much without him. So I asked for help. I said a short prayer, and then I did what I'm doing now. I created a picture of how am I going to do this. I made a plan. I thought big, and then I decided to declare, I'm going to get this. I'm kind of competitive, so I kind of made it a game for myself. I made it fun. Let me see how many calls I can make in a week. Let me see what I can do here. Then I started applying myself, and of course, I asked God to bless my work. But after that, I went to work, and I looked up, and I'm like, I got $6 million back in 60 days. Now, as successful as that was, guess what? Unfortunately, the company still went out of business, but that wasn't because I didn't collect the money or because I didn't put forth a good effort. They made a business decision. But my point of all of this is that your goal is to not go out of business. Your goal is to be in business to make money, provide excellent products or service, and then collect your money so you can actually be successful. All right, so again, create a picture in your mind, make a plan of action, and think. Be confident. I just adjusted myself to sit up straight. I want y'all to see me being confident and telling you, you got to be confident. You got to put it down on paper. You got to be motivated to complete the task. You got to decide, you know what? I'm getting my money. I provided this service or product in good faith. I'm getting paid. I'm getting that cash. I'm going to celebrate my victories in recovering this money, and I'm going to be grateful because I can do this. I can. You want to be confident because it boosts your mood during and after a difficult call. How many of y'all have ever had a call you've had to make? You're like, oh, goodness. I'd rather do anything to get on the phone with these people because they get on, fill in the blank. They bother you. They irritate you. Let's make it more professional. Point is, you're like, oh, I really don't want to be bothered. But listen, we're working on changing the whole perception about collections, and that collections is an extension of customer service. So you have to be confident in yourself that when you get on this phone to make this collections call, you know what you're talking about. You have your information. You should have your contract number, your invoice number, the date of the invoice, the product or service sold, and how much they owe you. And you should know within the confines of your contract what are you owed and how much is owed and when it's due to you. You've got to feel confident in making that call and knowing that if you do this correctly and do what I've suggested, which is show respect, show courtesy, and my secret sauce, gratitude. I'm telling y'all, the reason I was able to get $6 million back in 60 days, confidence, number one. Number two, I saw myself winning in this area. Number three, gratitude. Every person who took my call, who helped me research my problems, and then helped me get this money, hey, just wanted to say thank you so much for helping me get this done. Because without your help, I would still be struggling. I'd still be on this wheel. I don't have my money. And this is what I've done successfully for nearly 20 years throughout my career. What I'm teaching y'all is what I do on a regular basis. Of course, there's some little variations, but the majority of this is how Dee Bowden with BCS Solutions, this is how I roll, this is how I get money back for my clients, and how God has blessed me to be successful in doing this one thing that most people can't stand doing, but I actually love doing because it's a lot of fun. Oh, and also don't forget, being confident reminds you of previous insights that helped you address difficult calls. When you think about confidence isn't something you kind of go into the shelf and go, oh, let me grab some confidence. Let me grab one of them. You don't grab confidence. It's a mindset. It's a thought. It's a position within yourself. When you're confident, it shows up. You sit up taller. You look people in the eye. You look directly at them, and you know, I'm calling on behalf of my company to collect this money because you owe it to me. You're not being rude. You're just standing in your power. You're standing in your confidence. You're standing in your strength, knowing that you can do this because you just did what I suggested before, which you have a vision. You wrote it down. You see yourself winning. You're a victor and not a victim. So be confident. Do you. Go get your money. And then let's celebrate. Remind yourself these things. Set goals. Make plans. Get to work, stick with it, reach your goals. It's 5 steps. I'm sorry, it's 5 steps. I heard 10, I had 10 up here. I got super excited. I'm sorry, it's 5 steps. Set a goal, make a plan, get to work, and be confident in your work. Stick to it. Don't give up because you didn't get the money back on the first try. Revamp what happened, make some notes, and then make another game plan and get back on it. See yourself winning. See yourself winning. And then reach your goal. Again, set the goal. Make the plan. Get to work. Stick to it. Reach your goal. That's why the vision board, that's why writing it down helps you. When you can see it in front of you, you can go, check. Y'all know I love checks. Checks are like, yes, that's what's up. Again, set the goal. Make a plan. Get to work. Visualize yourself making the call and being successful. Stick with it. Don't get discouraged because you didn't get it the first time. Do you know how many people have to keep going around and around and around to get stuff done? We all have to. That's part of being in business. Do you think about it this way? Every invention that we enjoy today, somebody had to do these 5 things. They set a goal. They made a plan. They got to work to create whatever it is that we enjoy today. They stuck with it and they reached their goal. Just think about it. How many of y'all have cell phones? Okay, think about it. If the people who created the cell phone said, you know what, this thing here, it just ain't working. I'm not setting no goals on no phones. I'm not making any plans. I'm not getting to work. I'm not sticking with it. I'm sure not gonna reach this goal, and I'm sure not gonna make sure that this product works so people can actually buy this. The last time I coded, yeah, it didn't work. Oh my gosh, I'm like, yeah, I just can't with this. Y'all know how we do that. I just can't with this. Well, think about it. We wouldn't have anything that we enjoy today if people didn't do what I just said. Set a goal, make a plan, get to work, stick with it, and then reach your goal. And y'all know I love to celebrate. I believe every time you reach a goal, big or small, you ought to celebrate because it builds momentum. It reinforces your confidence. You see yourself as a winner. You see yourself as a victor and not a victim. You declare what you will be, and then you get to work to make it sure it happens. And then you get to celebrate with yourself, with your family, with your friends. And then, if you're a believer like I am, you tell God, as I do, hey, God, thank you so much for helping me get this done. So things to remind yourself of. Do the things that need to be done. Analyze what went well with the other calls. So when you've been able to do what I have shared 3 times and you've been successful, make a note. It's like, okay, I did this, 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 and this. Ooh, and that worked. Note yourself, do it again. Because now you're setting a groove, you're setting a pattern for how you're going to be successful. This is what this is all about. You need a perspective. You've got to be able to see yourself from the other person's perspective or vice versa. Think about it. You have a company, they owe you money. But you got to see how they feel about getting a call from you about the money that they owe you. And it's all in how you approach it. Again, you got to set a goal, make a goal, get to work, stick to it, and then reach the goal. You got to also have a vision, mindset, confidence, and remind yourself to do the things that have to be done, figure out what went well, have some perspective, and my favorite thing, celebrate. Here's another thing you might want to consider. In collections, in business, you won't go into business for 2 things. Number 1, make money, and number 2, to solve a problem. I don't care what it is. When you decided to go into business, you went into business to do 2 things: make money and become a problem solver. Come on, Dee. Think about it. Why do you think we have all these gadgets? Because everything we have solves a problem. My eyes see, my ears hear, my mouth speaks, my hands demonstrate things that I express. Solve a problem. My cell phone allows me to talk to other people. This training will teach you how to be a better cash flow manager in your business and how to effectively handle collections and handle issues. I've created this training to be a resource and to solve a problem when it comes to money. I shared earlier how I worked for a company that had $8 million worth of sales on the books but not in the bank. The problem was people understood the front end, which is they sold the product or service, but nobody wanted to get into what I call the weeds and figure out, okay, why is this much money on the books but not in the bank? How does this happen? Well, that's what I do. I get into what's called the weeds. I do the why. Y'all remember I said I talk about the why behind the what? Well, that's what this is all about. I'm the why behind the what type person. I'm the problem solver. I'm the puzzle piece person. Let's break this down so we can put it back together so it actually works better the next time, which is the benefit of the trainings that you're receiving now. This is a combination of the work I've done in my career for almost 20 years of researching and figuring out what works well. I figured out that being respectful, showing gratitude, saying thank you made a difference. It was those small tweaks that made a difference. People go, most people don't thank me for helping me. I'm like, I know. And I'm not saying that arrogantly. I'm just saying I know they don't. So I made a decision that every time I get on the phone to collect money on behalf of my company, thank you for taking my call. How can I be of help to you? What do you need to help me solve my problem so I can get my money? That's the objective. I need to get paid, but I need to figure out what am I going to do so you will help me. If I'm courteous, I express gratitude. You're gonna do more for me because I was nice to you. I respected your job. You have a job to do just like I do. That's what I'm doing here. I'm teaching y'all. Now these again, this is Dee Bowden BCS Solutions. This is how I run my business. This is what I do. But I've been successful at doing this for nearly 20 years. I told y'all a story about how I got $6 million back in 60 days. It's a true story. I've also been recognized by the United States Coast Guard headquarters for recovering $7.5 million in 1 year because of what I'm teaching y'all. So this, don't be scared because I talk about large numbers. I want y'all to understand that this process works whether it's $7.5 million, $6 million, $750, or $50. It's still the same thing. You got to be a problem solver. So let's get into it some more. List the obstacles that you feel that could prevent your success. Write them down. Mind map or storyboard to build your confidence. All that means is this: see yourself as being a victor and not a victim. Whether you write it on a big vision board, whether you have affirmations on your phone, I don't care how you do it, but you got to see yourself as a problem solver. You got to see yourself being victorious over getting your money. Now, I keep telling you all this, but here's the thing. Have I always been successful in doing this? No. But once I figured out what needed to be done, I have been successful for a long time, which is why I'm here today. I'm telling you what I've done successfully over time, over the years. Made mistakes? Absolutely. So when I figured out that I didn't write things down, when I wasn't confident, when I didn't have a goal, and I didn't do the steps I shared a couple of slides before, that's when I realized, ooh, I want to change that. So we changed that, and then here are the results. And then the secret sauce of all of this happens to be my faith. So that's me. Describe describe in detail the outcome you seek. Okay, so an example looks like this. I have $1,000 to collect. I want to see that $1,000 collected in the next 30 days. And the reason I want to see that is because, number one, I got payroll to meet. I need to get some more money. I'm tired of being broke. Whatever your story is, but you got to see yourself winning. You got to see yourself getting that $1,000. So the details would be: do I have a copy of the invoice? Do I have the contract number? Do I know the salesperson? Do I know the accounts payable person? And then how am I going to organize my time to go get this money? Hopefully you've been taking good notes so you have some steps on what to do already. Be positive. Problem solvers are playful, curious, and inquisitive. Have a positive outlook. I know y'all like, come on, Dee, seriously, here you coming in with this stuff. Well, look, this is Dee Bowden BCS Solutions. These are my principles. This is what I do, but I've been successful in it for a long time. I learned to be positive because here's the thing: people don't like collections. People would rather have a root canal or anything else than to have to ask people for money. So this whole training is for you to get comfortable. Just like you have to get comfortable with doing sales, you got to get comfortable with collecting your money. So I want you to have a positive outlook. I want you to be confident in doing this. I want you to see it as be a problem solver, and then go get the problem solved by figuring out what were the disconnects, what were the issues that impacted you getting your money, and then fix them so you can get paid. So you can stay in business, not out of business. I just mentioned 3 companies: Payless Shoes, Dress Barn, and now Charming Charlie's. Now I don't know all of the business background of why they went out of business, but I do know that they had 4 areas that impacted them: sales, contracts, accounts payable, accounts receivable. Something happened in those 4 areas that an executive decision was made to close those businesses. These teachings from me, Dee Bowden, are to change your mindset so that you don't end up like a Payless Shoes, like a Dress Barn, or like now Charming Charlie's. It's rough. I know it's not what you want to hear. I get it. But you signed up for this training because you want to be successful in managing your money and doing well in your business. Focused attention. Writing things down provides more clarity to your goal. You can't accomplish anything if you don't have a vision. If you don't see it, you got to see it before you see it. Y'all, does that make sense with y'all? You got to see it before you see it. You have to understand what you're dealing with better. Some of this just takes some time just to sit and just write it down and just think. Just see yourself doing this and being successful. You got to see yourself being successful. You got to see yourself being a winner and collecting money and getting paid and doing your service or product well. You got to see it. You got to that vision board is all tied to having that sense of success, of being successful, being a victor and not a victim, being successful and not a failure, seeing yourself as a winner. You got to see it before you see it. Define what success means to you. What would it look like to you to really be cranking and say, I think as a kid say, be cranking and collecting your money? What would it look like for you? Think about it. Write it down. Keep track of what works. That's something. Thank you. I just confirmed that. I just finished talking about that. Keep track of what works for you, and then keep doing that path. Be thankful and celebrate. These are just things I keep talking about. Be thankful, celebrate. Small factors, but they've been really successful. They've been really key factors to me being. And here's our review. Put the odds in your favor. Picture it and create a picture in your mind. Build your confidence. Be confident. Remind yourself of what you need to do. Become a problem solver. Sense success. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. This again is Dee Bowden with BCS Solution. And as always, cheers. I look forward to the next session, which will be affirming. All right, y'all. Take care. Cheers.